All right, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And we got a fun one lined up for today. Because today is a special day for me, for VV over here, because it is my birthday. That's right, guys. It is my birthday, October 30th. So we got a fun one lined up. Hey, I called up Bandai real quick and said, guys, if y'all could hook me up real quick with some spoilers for my birthday, that would be much appreciated. And they're like, all right, we got you, VV, we got you. No, I'm just kidding. I did not contact Bandai, and that's not why there are spoilers out today. But that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. We have got some OP-14 spoilers to go over, and they are pretty spicy, guys. We got some OP-14 spoilers to go over, and then we're going to check out a box opening that I did last night on stream. Okay, so let's do this, guys. I will have everything time-stamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant links and stuff like that in the comment section below. If you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those down in the comment section below, or hop on the VV Theory Discord. Link will be in the channel description. Today's video is brought to you by Nin Garden, and pre-orders are now open for 4 new playmats, including Berserk, Absolute Ruler, Chaos Crew, and Green Fury. They also carry apparel, like the Kings of Heart tee and matching pin. Plus, for this month only, take part in their Halloween Mystery Playmat sale, which comes with 10 free card sleeves with your order. And don't forget to use the code, the VV Theory, at the checkout to get 8% off on your next order. All right, guys, really quick before we get started, I'm sure most of y'all figured this out by now, but spoiler warning. Okay, we're about to check out some OP-14 cards, all right? So if you don't want to see those, be sure to skip to the next part of the video. Right at the end of the video, we're gonna have I'm gonna show off a box opening. Okay, now let's do this, guys. Let's get into it here. We got some pretty crazy cards to go over today, some pretty spicy ones. First up is Gorgon Sisters. This is a yellow 6-cost 5,000 power character with a 2K counter. Okay, we're gonna talk about that whole stat line again in just a second, guys. Keep that in your mind. 7 Warlords of the Sea and Kuja Pirates type. With Activate main once per turn, you may reveal 3 cards with the types Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates from your hand, and then you may attach up to 1 Rested Dawn each to all of your leaders and characters. Okay. And then we have Trigger. If your leader has the Kuja Pirates type, play this card. Okay, really good stuff there. So the trigger is really nice, and the fact that this is a 2K counter, also really, really good. The Activate main is a little bit weird, but I think it's more or less meant to be something that, okay, once you trigger this character into play, is there any way we can benefit from that, right? Is there some type of effect we can go off of? Like, okay, the character's in play now, what do we do with it? Well, this card actually has a really nice Activate main to help you push for lethal or whatever, right? So I think it's actually very relevant with this being a 6-cost 5K. I think we're more used to seeing the 5-cost 6K stat line in this game, but this is a 6-cost 5K 2K counter, whereas the more standard stat line would be a 5-cost 6K 1K counter. So it's actually kind of nice to see it like that, because sometimes when the cost is higher, that actually works as like pseudo evasion, right? Whereas a lot of effects cannot hit things that are above a 5-cost, right? So any kind of removal that hits a 5-cost or lower, well, this card actually just naturally gets around that. And with this being a trigger character, you're not trying to play this out anyway. This is meant to be a 2K counter, and the trigger is the only reason this card should probably ever be in play, right? Which, by the way, has a lot of synergy with the blue-yellow BOA leader effect, right? A lot of good stuff going on there. But then, okay, so what happens when you cheat this card into play? It's not even just a vanilla character after that. It has a very strong Activate main once per turn. You do have to reveal 3 cards with the types Amazon Lily and Kuja Pirates. So you will have to build the deck in a certain way to get full, the full advantage from running a character like this. But if you can reveal 3 cards that are Amazon Lily or Kuja Pirates type, you're going to be able to attach up to 1 Rested Dawn to all of your leaders and characters, right? It says attach up to 1 Rested Dawn each to all of your leaders and characters. And that part's not stuck to a certain color or typing. It just gives it to everything. So really, this is a really powerful card here, guys. This is a very, very solid 2K counter. Okay, let's keep going. Next up, we have Rindo, or Rindo. I'm not sure how to say that, guys. I think it's Rindo. Yellow character, 5-cost, 5,000 power, Kuja Pirates, 1K counter. And by the way, I should have mentioned that, guys, before you go on even any further. I do apologize. It is very important that that characters, these Kuja Pirates and Amazon Lily characters, we want to make sure they have a base 5,000 power base, right? Anything above that's fine. 5,000 base power or more, that's fine, because that goes perfectly with the blue-yellow leader's effect. This character hits that. Perfect. Okay, really good stuff there. And now this other character here, Rendo, same thing. This is a yellow 5 cost 5,000 power character, Kuja Pirates type with a 1k counter. This one also has a trigger. If your leader has the Kuja Pirates type, play this card. Okay, so that's probably going to be a recurring theme within, you know, the blue-yellow BOA support, right, for the yellow trigger cards. Opponent's turn, once per turn, on KO, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life pile, then take 1 damage. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting, guys. I'm not going to lie. That's actually very, very interesting. So remember, guys, this is meant for blue-yellow BOA. And this is meant to be support for blue-yellow BOA coming out in OP-14. So whenever you lose, I believe it's a Kuja Pirates or Amazon Lily character with a base power of 5,000 or more, once per turn, and I think you have to have 1 Dawn attached to your leader, your opponent's going to burn a life. Okay, the life goes to their hand. Well, in this case here, guys, this is an opponent's turn on KO. All right, so when they go to KO this character, they burn a life. It goes to their hand, and then we add up to 1 card from the top of our from the top of our deck to the top of our life, and then we take a damage. So understand what that means, guys. We take that damage, which is either A, going to draw us the card, it's going to go to our hand, or B, it does deal damage, which means it can activate a trigger. So that means it could play out a trigger body. Okay, and if we play out a trigger body, I believe that also draws us a card with the new blue-yellow BOA from OP-14. So, guys, this is a card that is probably going to stick on the field. Okay, I don't think your opponent wants to deal with this because it's going to work as a way to replace itself on the board if you hit another trigger body, and it's also going to cause your opponent to burn a life with your leader effect, right? So, really, really good stuff here. Really, I'm a big fan of the design behind this card. Okay. All right, next up we have Isho. This is a green 6 cost 7,000 power slash character, which is very relevant. And the types are Dressrosa and Navy. Does have a 1k counter, and it has your turn. When this character is rested, you may add the top card of your life to your hand. If you do, up to one of your opponent's rested characters or stages does not become active during the next refresh phase. Wow, okay. So that's pretty strong, guys. It does take a life card, so that is a very steep cost, I have to say. But who knows? I mean, maybe there will be a good green-yellow leader in the future that could run this. Could be kind of cool if you could keep gaining life and doing this over and over and over again. And I do think a common theme that we're going to see with Green and Mihawk, which is the OP-14 green leader that this would probably go with, that it's probably designed for, that leader is going to have a lot of ways, I think, to tap down cards and get effects from those cards, right? So this is like right on theme with Mihawk. In fact, if I remember correctly, the leader's effect says to rest one of your cards just to stand 3 Dawn active, right? So you're going to be able to play this card out on 6 Dawn and then rest this leader and be able to stand Dawn up and do something else with that, maybe attack for 8 or whatever. So very cool card here, and I love that they have some way to deal with stages, guys, because, you know, Emu can be a very big problem. Everyone knows, I'm sure everyone knows by now, OP-13 has a new leader called Emu. It's a black leader that has it has a stage that is very, very powerful. Okay, we'll say it like that. But even against other decks, you can rest down characters. excuse me, your opponent's rested characters or stages do not become active, so it doesn't rest the characters or the stage, but if they're already rested, it can lock them down. So really, really good stuff, guys, and that is a your turn effect when the character's rested. So like I said, if we can find a way to keep adding life to our whatever we're running in maybe some type of green-yellow leader in the future, if we can just keep gaining life and recycling this, could be a really interesting effect here to experiment with in the future. Okay, let's keep going. Next up, we have Shanks. Shanks is a green 7 cost 9,000 power slash character with East Blue, 4 Emperors, and Red Hair Pirates typing, okay? With the effect, your turn, when this character is rested, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with an original power of 7,000 or lower, okay? Very interesting, guys. Remember, we were just talking about with Draco Mihawk, the leader's effect. Just rest one of your cards and start resting things down, okay? Resting your own cards to get Dawn back. And then we have on your opponent's turn, if this character is rested, all of your opponent's characters get minus 1,000 power. Guys, That is extremely, extremely powerful. This is like a miniature effect of the red 10 cost SR Shanks from OP-09, I believe it is. Yeah, this is on a 7 cost body though, and it just says if this character's rested, all of your opponent's characters get minus 1,000 power. So really powerful effect here, guys. It's a 7 cost, 9,000 power character too. That's a huge stat. It is going to be slash searchable, East Blue searchable, and then 4 Emperors and Red Hair Pirates in the future if they can find a way to make that work. Okay, but on your turn, when this character is rested, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with an original power of 7,000 or lower. That's going to be massive, guys. You play this card out in Dracula Mihawk, you rest this character down. It's a 9,000 power character. It's going to be very hard to deal with this. And then you're going to rest down one of their characters, and now their character has minus 1,000 power. So you're going to be able to attack into it and beat it, defeat it more easily. So really good stuff here. I'm a huge fan of the design of this card. Okay, let's keep going. All right, guys, next up we have TCG. This is a green 5 cost, 6,000 power slash character with the Navy type and a 1k counter with on your opponent's turn, if this character were to leave the field by your opponent's effect, you may instead rest one of your cards, okay? And then activate main once per turn, you may rest 2 of your cards, and this character gains plus 2,000 power until the end of your opponent's next phase. Or excuse me, until your opponent's next end phase, excuse me. Okay, so I like that it has built-in evasion, and this is a 5 cost, 6,000 power, 1k counter character. Very solid stat line there, and it is slash searchable, which is very relevant. And let me see this again. On your opponent's turn, if this character were to leave the field by your opponent's effect, from any effect, okay, you may instead rest one of your cards. So that is very strong evasion there, guys. You're going to be able to prevent that removal. And that does not say once per turn. So, guys, that is not a once per turn effect. That just says on your opponent's turn. If this character were to leave the field by your opponent's effect, you may instead rest one of your cards. That is some of the best evasion I've ever seen. Just start resting down your Dawn. Leave Dawn active, and you could just save this card from just an infinite number. Well, not infinite, literally, but from so many different removal effects. That seems very, very powerful. Let me read that one more time, guys, just to check. On your opponent's turn, if this character were to leave the field by your opponent's effect, you may instead rest one of your cards. Wow. Very, very powerful effect here. Can you even rest this character to do it? Am I reading this correctly? I think you can even rest this card to do it. Seems good, guys. Very powerful opponent's turn effect there. And the activate main is not too shabby either, guys. Activate main once per turn. You may rest 2 of your cards, and this character gains plus 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase. So you're going to be able to rest down 2 cards. We've already seen 2 very good cards, guys. We already saw with this Shanks here and this Isho, they want to be able to rest down anyway to do their effects, right? Isho, when this character's rested, do an effect. And then Shanks, when this character is rested, do an effect, right? So that's built in to the core theme of green in OP-14 with Dracula Mihawk. So really good stuff here. Activate main once per turn. You may rest 2 of your cards, and then this character gets plus 2,000 power until your opponent's next end phase. So it will be an 8,000 power character, and it has that evasion built in. Really, really powerful card here, guys. Good stuff. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next up we have Coffin Boat. Okay, this is a green 1 cost stage, East Blue 7 Warlords of the Sea type. On play, if your leader is Dracula Mihawk, draw 1 card, okay? And then end of your turn, if your leader is Dracula Mihawk, set up to 1 Dawn card as active. Okay, perfect. There's a card we can rest down on our opponent's turn for effects, whether it be an event or some type of special effect we have, like what we just saw with the TCG we just looked at. Really nice stage here. Really well done by Bandai. This is an excellent, well-designed card right here, guys. Big fan of this one. Okay, let's keep going. All right, on to the SRs, guys, on to the SRs. We got Don Quixote do Flamingo. This is a 10 cost, 10,000 power character with 7 Warlords of the Sea and Don Quixote Pirates type. With on play, Dawn -3, choose one of the following. If your leader has the Don Quixote Pirates type, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 8 or below. Okay, and then we have up to 3 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. All right, guys, both of these effects are incredible. Being able to KO an 8 or less is really, really good, and then being able to keep 3 characters from attacking or blocking is probably just as good, if not better, in most situations. Being able to KO an 8 or less is not bad, but think about it, guys. Instead, you can just deal with 3 7 or lesses. Okay, yes, they'll stay on the board. KOing removes a card from the board, but just saying, I mean, think about all these decks that have removal prevention. Okay, well, how's about instead what we'll do is we'll just lock down all these characters instead. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of this effect here, guys. This is like a miniature version of the 10 cost green one, but it's even better in some ways, right? Because it doesn't care if your character's rested. This says up to 3 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 7 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. So they can't become rested. They can't block. They can't attack. So that is really, really nice there. I'm a huge fan of the second effect there, but the first effect is not bad either, of course. But again, guys, think about it. Being able to hit an 8 or lower versus locking down 3 7 or lowers, right? That is just, it seems like a no-brainer. The second effect just seems drastically better than the first one. Who knows, maybe if you can combo it with like a purple, like make some type of purple and black deck. Well, no, then you can't, right? Because it says if your leader has the Don Quixote Pirates type. So you'd have to have a purple and black Don Quixote Pirates type leader to even be able to do the KO on something bigger than an 8. So, yeah. Anyway, whatever the case, guys, 10 cost, 10,000 power. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm just reading the second effect there. Dawn -3, you're locking down 3 characters on your opponent's side of the board. Seems really, really solid. Okay, let's keep going. All right, next up we have Monkey D. Luffy. This is a 1 cost, 0 power, Supernova Straw Hat Crew character with a 1k counter. We have an on-play top 5 search. Look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Supernova type card other than Luffy. I kind of just sank down in my chair right there. Y'all see that, guys? Like on my desk. Other than Luffy, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. That makes me so sad, guys, that they made the Supernova Searcher Luffy. I'm a Red Yellow Sabo main from back in the day, guys. So yeah, do you know how great it would have been if we had 2 Supernova Searchers, a red and yellow character searcher with 1k counters built in, like the 2 Luffys we have, but if they weren't Luffy, so I could search up Luffys? How nice would that have been, guys? Oh well, it is what it is. I'm not trying to complain too much, but no, still a great card, guys. Don't misunderstand me. This card is excellent. So you're going to do a top 5 search for a Supernova character, or excuse me, a Supernova type card other than Luffy, and then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And then when attacking, up to 1 of your opponent's characters gains -1000 power for this turn. Okay, let's not forget what the new Trafalgar Law does from OP-14. It allows you to switch the power between 2 Heart Pirates and or Supernova characters, right? You can swap their power. So really, really awesome stuff here. This is going to be a 1 cost, 0 power character at first, but here's what's really nice about this card, guys. Even if you're not playing this character in a Supernova, or excuse me, a Trafalgar Law deck, it's not a problem. You can still just attack in with this character for 0. Just attack in for 0, just to reduce the power of one of your opponent's characters by 1,000. That's actually very relevant, because now they want to attack into our Luffy, and that might save us an attack into our leader. And then we're making one of their characters weaker for the turn, where we can battle into it more efficiently, more effectively, right? So I think this is actually an excellent searcher. I'm a really big fan of this. I just wish it wasn't Luffy, so I could do more Luffy searches and stuff like that with Red Yellow Ace. Or excuse me, Red Yellow Sabo. There is no Red Yellow Ace, not yet. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Okay, now we're on to the cards I really wanted to talk about, guys. Check these out. Let me zoom out a little bit. So we got Boa Hancock, yellow, 9 cost, 10,000 power character, 7 Warlords of the Sea and Kuja Pirates type, with the effect on play, if your leader has the 7 Warlords of the Sea type, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Then add up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards to the owner's hand. This is a miniature version of 10 cost Linlin. You guys remember that? 10 cost Linlin from Big Mom Pirates, you know, back from OP-03. Now, this is a 9 cost 10k versus a 10 cost 12k, and this card only gains a life and causes your opponent to take a life to their hand, whereas the Linlin gains a life and then makes your opponent trash the top card of their life. So it's not the exact same. However, there's a secondary effect here, guys, with a trigger that says play up to one character with a trigger and 6,000 power or less from your hand. So guys, this card is outstanding. This is an excellent card. Really big fan of this. It is unfortunately locked to 7 Warlords of the Sea, but hey, it is what it is. I'll take what I can get, guys. Hey, as a yellow player, we've learned to not be too picky. We'll just take whatever we can get at this point. This card seems excellent. I think it's going to be very strong, especially in blue-yellow boa. That might be the only, actually, excuse me, that's not the only deck that can run this card. We're going to look, well, hopefully people already know by now, in OP-14, there's also a black-yellow Gecko Moria. Okay, that could probably use this card to quite the effect as well, right? They could probably get a lot of value from this card as well. Okay, so again, the trigger is actually very good too, guys. Don't sleep on how good that trigger is playing out a character. It does have to have a trigger. It has to be 6,000 power or less, but being able to cheat out a character from your hand by hitting this trigger, really good stuff there. And then also, like I said, guys, that on play effect is just nasty. You're gaining a life, they're losing a life. That's the bottom line, right? And it's a 10 cost, it's a 9 cost character. So on a 10 Dawn turn, you can attach a Dawn to your leader if it's blue yellow boa, and then on your opponent's turn, guess what? You know, if you start losing characters, well, now they're burning up life again. So they're not able to hold any of their life. Okay, maybe life burn is going to be the way to go for yellow in the future to help put it back on the map. We'll have to see. Awesome card. Cannot wait to play with this. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, next up we got Jinbei. Guys, I have already read this card. I've already read some of these cards, guys, and this one is an absolute banger. Jinbei is a blue, 8 cost, 10,000 power character. Fishman, 7 Warlords of the Sea, and Sun Pirates type, with the effect, when a card from your hand is trashed due to an effect, this character gains rush for this turn. Okay, for those who are not aware, or for those who may have already forgotten, the new Jinbei leader has activate main, not once per turn, by the way, not that it matters for this part, but we'll talk about that more in a second. Activate main, trash a card from your hand, and attach 2 Rested Dawn to, I think it's to your characters or leaders. Your Fishman, it's like Fishman, Sun Pirates characters or leaders or something like that, right? Okay, perfect. We'll trash a card with our leader effect, and now this card has rush, right? And we're attaching 2 Dawn wherever we need it. And then on play, you may rest 2 of your Dawn cards. So this is an 8 cost character that also has a 10 Dawn play. Okay, understand that, guys. This is an 8 cost character that also has a 10 Dawn play. On play, you may rest 2, or excuse me, it has a 10 Dawn play. I don't know if I said that correctly. You may rest 2 of your Dawn cards, draw 2 cards, and return up to 1 character with a cost of 7 or less to its owner's hand. Guys, that on play effect there, yes, you cannot do this on 8 Dawn, but on your 10 Dawn turn, you may rest 2 of your Dawn cards, draw 2, and bounce a character to the owner's hand that costs 7 or less. Outrageously good, guys. So imagine this. Imagine you play out the first one on an 8 Dawn turn right on curve. You go, okay, 8 Dawn, slam down a 10k. Maybe you don't even use the effect. Maybe you don't even use the effect of this character to give it rush unless you have to. Okay, pass the turn. Now, next turn, 10 Dawn turn, play out Jinbei and rest your 2 extra Dawn. Now you're going to draw 2, and you're going to bounce a 7 or less to the owner's hand. And now you can trash a card with your leader because you just did a draw 2 from the on play effect. Attach 2 Dawn wherever you need it. You've trashed a card for the turn now. Now this character has rush. Awesome. Absolutely incredible card for blue. This card, I love that picture too. You see how he's got the hands like this? He's like, yep, somebody's about to get a knuckle sandwich, right? That's exactly what this card's going to do. This card is meant to just go in and just punch people right in their face. And guys, this card is not locked in any way. This is a generically good blue card. And when I see this, guys, I have to go backwards and say, what did yellow do to deserve this, guys? What did yellow do to deserve this? This card is locked in every way. The trigger is even locked to other trigger cards. The on-play effect is locked to 7 Warlords of the Sea type leaders. Great card, very strong effect. And then we get to blue here. Jinbei's like, yeah, just, hey, run me in whatever. If you could trash a card, I'm getting rush. And hey, on play, just go ahead and rest the other 2 Dawn and then draw 2 and bounce a 7. Hey, I'll take it though. This card seems incredible. I think this is going to become a staple card in blue, guys. Imagine if we can fit this into our curve where we go on our even curve, going second. Turn 1, Searcher. Turn 2, some type of 4 cost. Literally, who cares? Turn 3, 6 cost Jozu, bounce back our Searcher, bounce your guy back, and then next turn play out this this Jinbei, pass the turn. Maybe don't even use Rush unless you have to. And then on that next turn, play out a second Jinbei, a follow-up Jinbei. And now you're resting all 10 of your Dawn to do the on-play effect now, drawing cards, bouncing another card, and then you're trashing a card with the leader's effect, you know, if you're playing Jinbei, and you're just smashing in. Just incredible. Guys, just absolutely incredible. This card seems really good. This is going to be an Alpha Strike style card within blue OP-14 Jinbei for sure. Okay, let's keep going. All right, guys, we got one more. We got one more card to go over. Gecko Moria. This is a yellow, 8-cost, 10,000 power character with 7 Warlords of the Sea type and Thriller Bark Pirates type. On play, you may play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less with the Thriller Bark Pirates type from your trash, or add it to the top of your life cards face up. Okay, so you can gain a life or flood the board, and then trigger, play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. So the trigger is actually excellent, guys, bringing a card from the trash onto the field. And then also the on-play effect. Now, one thing I want to mention is you can add, let me see something real quick. You may play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less with the Thriller Bark Pirates type from your trash, or add it to the top of your life cards face up. That part there is actually just so strong. The trigger is good as well. Play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. Like, that's really good because it doesn't check. Like what we saw with the 9-cost Boa, that allows you to play out a card from your hand, but it has to have trigger, and it has to have 6,000 power or less, right? Well, with this trigger here, this lets you play any 4-cost card from your trash. It doesn't care what color or type or whatever it has on it, right? You can just play it out, and it doesn't come into play rested. That's what I was checking. It does not come into play rested unless I'm missing something. Let me read the on-play effect, too. You may play up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less with a Thriller Bark Pirates type from your trash. Yeah, it doesn't say rested, guys. But the more important part, I think, is, of course, gaining the life. So 8 cost 10k, you're gaining a life here. Now, one thing I do want to mention. The trigger is good in any deck. You can run the trigger effect will work in any deck, right? But the on-play effect, you can only capitalize on having cost 4 or lower Thriller Bark Pirates type cards in your trash. So I'm always thinking of how can we build this, not just with the deck that it's intended for, but how can we use this as an improvement to other decks in the format. And we'll have to see what other support comes out for, for yellow Thriller Bark or whatever, right? We'll have to see what happens there. Maybe they'll keep Thriller Bark primarily to black, so that way you can't mix it within too many yellow decks. We'll have to see what happens. But whatever the case is, let me say this right now, guys. 8 cost, 10,000 power body that potentially gains a life on play. That is disgustingly good, guys. There's a lot of potential to that, because immediately in black-yellow, right? I mean, imagine this, guys. I mean, just hear me out for a second. If you're playing like black-yellow Gecko Moria, the OP-14 leader, okay, well, if you just play this out on your 8 Dawn turn, you could either A, gain a life with some type of trigger character, right? Or B, you can actually just play out one of your 4-cost cards to the board, maybe like Perona, to attack your opponent's hand. Or the new Perona coming out, I think it's an EB-03, that's a blocker. And it doesn't come into play rested unless I misread something here, guys. So, I mean, there's just a lot of potential to this card. It's basically saying, I love how it has the utility. What do you need? Do you need to gain life this turn, or do you need to flood the board? And then it also has trigger. It's not a dead card from life. That's actually just so good, guys. That's actually just incredible. So really good stuff here, guys. Cannot wait to see more support from OP-14. OP-14 is starting to look really amazing. One thing I've said before, guys, a lot of people were really scared about the power creep we saw in OP-13. Me too. I was also concerned. However, seeing some of these new cards now, if they're going to build everything up to that level and go forward with it, just keep everything at that level, I think we're going to be in a very good spot, guys. We're going to be in very good shape there, because I think that's the power level the game actually needs to be at, is where the OP-13 leaders are. Okay, but that's a discussion for another day. All right, guys, we actually have 2 more cards to go over. We got 2 more cards to go over. We have Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham. This is a 4-cost, black 4-cost, 5,000 power Baroque Works character with a 1k counter, and on KO, play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less, including Baroque Works in its types other than Mr. 2 Boncray Bentham, from your trash or hand. Okay, so this is a 4-cost 5k with a 1k counter with an on KO to be able to play out a 5-cost or lower character from your trash or hand with the Baroque Works type. And let me see something. Okay, and it does not come into play rested, which is actually very relevant, right? That's very important to always check for that. Really interesting art on this one, guys. Check out this. There's a really cool art on this one. Really love all the pinks and the blues going around. A lot of action in this one, guys. We'll even zoom in on it. Really cool picture here, guys. Check that out. Very cool. Okay, now back to the actual card itself, though. 4 cost 5k with a 1k counter. Stat line is completely fine. Compared to some of the other effects we just saw, guys, this is a little bit almost boring, right? Not saying it's a bad card, just saying these effects are a little bit boring compared to the higher cost SRs we just saw. But hey, this has a lot of protection built in where it's like, okay, you want to attack into my guy? Sure, be my guest. Either I'm going to beat you down for 5k every single turn, or you're going to remove this guy, and I'm going to play out a 5-cost character from my trash or hand. And that's the scary part, is what if you choose a card from hand they didn't know they were going to get hit with. So this card, really, really solid card here, guys. Okay, but I also want to see more of the support from Baroque Works, because remember, guys, Crocodile from OP-14, it allows you to KO your own characters for an effect. So if we can get some more synergy there, Crocodile could be pretty interesting moving forward. Okay, let's keep going, guys. I think we have one more. I thought we only had one more, or I thought we were done after Gecko Moria. We actually had 2 more. So we got Perona here. This is a green 5-cost, 6,000 power, Muggy Kingdom Thriller Bark Pirates type character with a 1k counter. And on play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. Okay, that's like a new theme for green, where these cards cannot become rested. Okay, and then we have on KO, you may rest one of your cards and play up to 1 green character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. So, man, that's becoming a very standard theme, I feel like, across the board in the game, guys. This idea of, okay, if you get rid of my character, well, I'm getting a new one, right? It's like this anti-removal type of effect. Even though there's not much removal in the game now, right? It's mainly just battling into your opponent's characters now, or at least that's what it seems like Bandai's trying to make us do, is battle into our opponent's characters. But hey, we'll take that as a way to get some insurance on our board, and we can get our character back in that way. Very strong. Again, guys, one more time. On play, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less cannot become rested until your opponent's next end phase. This is one of those cards that's going to be absolutely insane to chain, right? If you can chain this into a card, into another one, into another one, into another one, all of a sudden your opponent just can't even use their board, right? Because it hits 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Now, it doesn't go off of base cost, which we've seen quite a bit of that in the past in green, but hey, very strong effect regardless on a 5-cost 6k, 1k counter frame with on KO protection. Really, really good stuff here. Okay, now we're actually done, guys. We do have the leaders on this final slide. I'm going to go ahead and get my camera out of the way. Let me push my camera up to the top here. Okay, these are the 7 Warlord leader alt arts. Check this out, guys. They all look really good. Which one is your favorite? Tell me in the comment section below. I'm a little bit biased, so I think the 2 yellow leaders are the best by far. All these other colors are trash. No, I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, the boa looks absolutely incredible. Dracula Mihawk, incredible. They all look good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There are 2 that I'm a little bit disappointed with. I even think Jinbei looks pretty good. I'm slightly disappointed with the Crocodile and the Gecko Moria. The others they're just in a class of their own. They look good, right? They have a certain level of aura about them. Whereas the Gecko and the Crocodile, not trying to be picky, the art is very good, but they're not my favorite compared to the others. Especially Dracula Mihawk, Law, and Boa. Those are absolute bangers. Tell me which art you guys like the most in the comment section below. All right, guys, now we're going to head over to the box opening that I did last night on stream. Alright, guys, I'm going to be yapping over this. I'm not actually going to play what's from the stream last night. Volume is off. Let me make sure the speed's on 2x. Yep, and here we go. Alright, so we're just going to be yapping while I open these. This is from last night's stream. So one thing I want to start doing... Oh, and real quick before I forget, guys, for those who might be wondering, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, okay? Here on YouTube from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m. Okay, so if you haven't stopped by for one of those yet, be sure to stop by and hang out. We have a good time on there. Okay, and we don't open a box every night, but last night we had my happy birthday, themed stream, right? So we opened up a box for my birthday. Okay, so here's the first box. Very nice. We got a Nami in there, and then we got a Sanji. Seems good. Then we got like some kind of foil 2-cost yellow ST13 Sabo, and then we got a Nami Dawn. Now, I do want to start doing these box openings probably like 2, maybe 3 times a month, just because they're a lot of fun. They can be pretty exciting if you ever pop anything good open in here. Maybe one day we'll pop open a manga on the stream. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay, on to the second pack here. Not going to announce every card, obviously. This one had a Rebecca, and then it had a foil whiteouts, and then a Shanks Dawn, just the standard Shanks Dawn. Not the foil, not the gold one. Okay, busting into the third pack. A lot of decent hits you can get in these. Okay, nice. There's the pudding, and then there's a Steak Man Luffy Dawn, just standard. There's a lot of good hits you can get in here, but one thing that a lot of people are complaining about, myself included, is the hit rates on the PRB-02 cards. Bandai needs to make sure. Now, this one had 2 PRB hits in it. That was incredible. It had Jinbei and Trafalgar Law, but I think in the future, Bandai needs to make it where these PRB sets, if they're going to have new cards at all, which I don't think they should have new cards at all, but if they're going to have new cards at all, then it needs to be, it needs to be at least 1 in each pack. So that way we don't get hit like what we did with PRB-02 here, where you can't even get a full playset of some of these rares and SRs without paying $20 for a full playset. Or in the case of Marco, something like, $60 or more for a playset. Absolutely brutal. So that's one thing I do hope they are able to fix in the future. Okay, notice how long it's taking me to open these guys. We're in 2x speed right now, but we're going to get there eventually. Okay, nice. This one had a Shiryu in it. Very nice. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's a PRB card, right? Yep, sure is. There's the 10-cost Shanks. We had a foil Shut Up and Come With Us. And then we had the Buggy Dawn. Very cool. All right. Breaking open this next pack here very clumsily, but we're getting there. Okay, Sen Goku to start. That's always a good start. Slave Arrow in there. And, oh, what's this? What's this, guys? We got a This Is My Era, or My Era Begins, whatever it's called, the Blackbeard 1-cost Searcher event manga version or whatever. It's like the manga panel style event for Blackbeard. Really, really nice way to start the box off, I have to say. Okay, now moving on from there. We end up getting the 8-cost Eustace Kid, the Marshall D Teach. That one's got foil. Notice that, guys. That looks awesome. And then it had a Oh Come My Way foil, and it had a Gear 5 Luffy Dawn, but just the standard Dawn. Yeah, that was the best hit I've had so far, guys. Out of all my time playing One Piece, that is the best hit I've gotten so far. Hopefully one day I get a manga character. That would be incredible, but I was not upset about the pull we just got there. Nice. Got some some PRB-02 cards. You'd love to see that. But hopefully we are able to get a manga character one day. But this pack's not done, guys. This pack's not done, okay? All right, so right here, going to go ahead and bust open the 5-cost God Thread foil version, or Jolly Roger foil, whatever it is version. Looks awesome. And after that, guys, I was, I don't know who all was here from the stream last night, but I was like, man, now if I could just get like a Marco to finish this pack off, that would just be incredible. Icing on the cake, right? Okay, nothing in that one. Nothing too crazy. Got the Usopp Dawn, of course. That's always good. Just the standard one. And I think that's a foil Core to Coliseum. Okay, clumsily trying to open up these packs here. I think we're only about halfway done. Okay, so in this one right here, guys, end up getting a foil Hina. That one looked really cool, actually. And then a foil Pizza Dawn for Bonnie, right? Really good stuff there. Now, again, guys, like I said, I was like, man, if I could just get a Marco to finish off this box, that would just be incredible. Because I wasn't expecting anything after that, right? Like, that's like, okay, cool. And I think you're still supposed to get, like, what, a few alt-arts or something in each pack. And I don't know if these special ones count towards that count. And then, guys, here we go. Moving on. That one, then we get the, what is that, the Kobe. Got the Kobe Dawn there. Got the Doflamingo blocker from PRB-02. Love to see that. That's a great blocker there. Okay. And moving on to the next pack. Okay, another God Thread. Nice, got a Marshall D Teach, and then an Otama. Then I was like, okay, nice. We got some more cards in here. We got the Otama Alt-Art. That one looks incredible. It's behind my camera right now. Sorry, guys. Look, in the stream, I even moved my birthday hat there, but I'm not moving my... We're not moving the camera right now. Y'all see it back there. So we got the Otama Alt-Art as well. Okay? And then, so this was the point, actually, where I was like, nice. Okay, so there's the two alt-arts. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, those are the two alt-arts, the Teach event and the Otama. But no, you can actually get another alt-art after that, guys. You can get another alt-art. So check this out. Moving on to the next one. There we go. We got the Bonnie Searcher, Amano Murakuma Sword. And I was like, oh, cool. Scratchman of Pooh. Very, very good. And then we got the foil, It's to Die For. That's... Some people really like the art on that card. It's to die for. Some people really like that art. Okay, but then we got the Scratchman of Poo. So really, really good stuff there, right? So altogether, when I'm looking at this pack right here, I'm like, wow, this is the first PRB-02 pack that actually paid for it, right? It actually paid for itself. And the whole time, like, hopefully I get a Marco, right? Oh, what's this? A Marco? And a Gold Dawn. Guys, let's hear my actual reaction here. Hang on, I'm going to mute, or I'm going to actually turn the volume on for this part so y'all can hear my actual reaction on the stream. I'm still going to have the background music going, but y'all be able to hear it. Okay, actually, I am going to mute the background music. Just kidding, guys, so y'all can hear it. Okay, here we go. Why is it still muted? Why is it still muted? There we go. Nice, and we got the Marco. Let's go, man. Okay. What? Yo, that is crazy. It's like a 5-hit box. Yo, what? What? Yo, hang on, man. I got to sleeve this crap. Hang on, man. What? No way, bro. Okay. So then I go on to sleeve it, of course. Yeah, I sleeve the card, and now we're actually just going to jump to the end because that was it, guys. I'm not going to show any more after that. That was obviously all of them, and I'm going to show you guys the cards when they're on the table here. We were able to get, let me get the music back on. We were able to get basically like a 5-hit box, if you think about it. That's what I was saying, is we hit the Gold Dawn, the Snake Man Luffy Dawn, with the manga event from Blackbeard, 2 Altarks, the Otama and the Scratchman of Poo, and the 4-cost blocker Marco. Guys, I was excited when I saw the 4-cost Marco, and then when I went past that, I was like, wait a minute, there's a Gold Dawn in here. How insane was that? That worked as like one of the greatest birthday gifts ever, right? How incredible. Let me go and pause this because that's the end of the video anyway. Alright guys, that's it. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Like I said, I want to do more of these in the future. And please, guys, if y'all have not stopped by a stream just yet, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 a.m. Be sure to stop by and hang out if you can. We have a good time on there. We're always talking about One Piece or something like that. And sometimes basketball, because I do love basketball. Okay, let me get the outro page on here, guys. Appreciate y'all for making it this far into the video. Thank you to everybody who supports me in any way, shape, or form, guys. Whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing my stuff, if you're using my TCG Player affiliate link, if you're donating through Patreon or PayPal, if you're a Playmat supporter, a YouTube member, or part of the Discord community. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. Till next time, peace.